Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Andy, and today I'm going to be taking a close look at perhaps one of the best-selling beers in America. We have here Budweiser. This is the original one. It's not the light one, so this is not Bud Light, but it is Bud, the drink that you have with your bud. Now, I'm first going to examine the bottle itself. It appears to be presented in this dark tinted glass bottle, which is pretty typical of beers of this level and caliber. The label itself appears to be attached with some sort of adhesive, some waterproof adhesive. And there is also an additional label up here with the Budweiser logo on the neck. Now, the top of the bottle has another logo. It is red in color, and it appears to be made out of aluminum, which is also typical of beers of this level and caliber. And in the hand, it's a nice balance. It feels nice and weighty. I feel confident when I'm holding this. It fits right in the hand. It fits with the contours of my palm very nicely. And I realize the longer I hold it, it's warming up the liquid inside. So I reckon I should wrap up this segment. But a couple more additional things I noticed is there are these little things. I don't know if I can get it on the camera, but embossed into the glass. Oh, instead of embossed, I should use the word extruded from the glass. Stamp extruded. Similar thing down here. There's some braille. I have no idea what that means, but in English it says, "Please recycle." And it's in all caps in a sans serif font. The bottom is very grippy. It has a little bit of a kind of a serrated feel, so it grips onto any surface quite nicely. So it's gripping onto my palm quite nicely. Very firm. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, let us open this beer and continue on with the review. This style of Budweiser actually does offer a twist top, which is very convenient when you're in a situation where you or the people you're drinking with, if any, do not have a bottle opener in hand. So yeah, I could twist it open like a typical twist top beer, but I'm just going to use this bottle opener mounted on the side of my table. I will pick up the bottle cap later. Actually, I'll pick it up now so I could examine it further. The first thing I noticed is it's very lightweight. It's very compact. And inside you get a little bit of a kind of a rubber gasket. I'd imagine this is to help insulate and protect the liquid that is inside this receptacle. Nothing more to say about the bottle cap, so I'm going to set it down right next to me. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can. So I will pour this beer into this glass right here in a typical fashion, a 45-degree angle in the glass, so as to get a little bit of a head, but not too much. Very nice. Very, very small head, but that's typical for lighter beers of this nature. Now, as you can see, there are bubbles rising from the bottom. It's got a light amber, slightly pale golden color. It seems to be relatively transparent. I don't see any particles floating around inside this beer, which I'd imagine a lot of people out there might prefer over pulpy beers with particles inside them. The head at the top, as you can see, dissipated very quickly. So the foam is very light in nature, very fluffy. You get a very fluffy foam. It's a little bit like a cloud. It's very cushiony. So if you do choose to consume your beer right away, when the head is still there, it'll protect your lip and kind of cushion it as you're consuming your beverage, which is a nice touch. Some beers, typically Bavarian style beers, tend to have thicker heads, which are a little more abrasive against the lip during immediate consumption. And this does not have that. I can begin to see why this particular beer here might appeal to such a wide audience. It's because it appears very easy to consume. I have yet to consume it, but it appears very easy to consume. The head is not very abrasive to the lip, and it's very affordable. I bought 18 bottles for just $12 plus tax and CRV at Ralph's with my Ralph's card, so it was a very good deal. After all the taxes, it adds up to around 70 cents a bottle. So 70 cents for this bottle. 70 cents is less than a dollar. A dollar is a good benchmark for beer. So let me go ahead and examine this beer a little more closely. I'm gonna get a little whiff of it. The smell itself isn't particularly pleasant. It reminds me of urine a little bit. I'm picking up maybe some apple notes, I'm not quite sure. Green apple notes, green apple peelings. It's very, very soft. While it might not smell particularly pleasant, it's very inviting. I'd imagine that when I do have my first gulp of this beer, I will be quite pleased with the flavor. However, this is all predictive and speculative, so I should not comment on the taste of this beer before I actually taste it, which I will do right now. It appears I was correct in my speculation. The beer itself tastes very good. It's not spectacular, but for 70 cents, which lies under my benchmark of $1, it's very easy to drink. It's nice to consume. The flavor is there. The level of carbonation is just right. It's perfect in many ways as a afternoon lawnmower style beer, something you can have without thinking too much about whether you should have it or not, just something you pull out of the fridge